I am more than what you see. This mantra brings our awareness to the many layers of us. We are more than how we look, our careers, how we parent, and the choices we make. We can't be defined by any of these things alone. We are more than what we see when we look in the mirror, and we're more than what other people see when they look at us. We often see people's shells, not their whole selves. There is something much deeper than what can be seen on this surface layer. We don't typically know the full picture of what other people are going through, how they're processing their experiences, how they're actually doing and feeling. And even if you ask someone how they are and they answer, I'm good or I'm fine, that might not be the case. The images on Instagram are not the full picture. You often don't get to see the behind the scenes in people's everyday lives. And they might work a full day at an office and come home at night to create these beautiful, vibrant paintings. And we just might not ever know that because they don't share that. So I am more than what you see is a reminder to not judge ourselves or others by what we see. We all have gains and losses, strengths and struggles. We are humans having this human experience, feeling the range of emotions from happiness to sadness to frustration to feeling surprised and proud and afraid, and sometimes all of these things in a day.
Oh, that really touches my heart. You know, you are a wonderful mom of two. Talk to me about what you love about being a mom.
I really love the expansion of love in my life and the experiences we get to share together. I absolutely love the baby stage and the nurturing and the snuggling. And I stand in amazement now at how much I learn from my kids. They are my biggest teachers, and I think I'm teaching them, but they're actually here to teach me. And I thank them every day for that. And I do realize that I'm raising compassionate, loving contributors of society who are already making a positive difference in the world just by being who they are.
I love that. If you had to give parents who are watching this your best advice, what would be some of the a piece or some of the pieces of advice you'd like to share?
The number one tip I would give to parents is practice self-care every day. Self-care is so important to me, and I integrate it into really all aspects of my life, but your self-care is the best investment you will ever make. And giving back to yourself first means that you can more easily give to others. When you're balanced and grounded, that impacts everything you do and everyone around you. Also, your kids get to see you practicing self-care. So whatever that means to you, perhaps it's going outside more, perhaps it's, doing some indoor exercises, perhaps it's drinking more water. And then they watch it when they're growing up and they understand you practicing self-care. They understand the value of it throughout their whole lives. So then they carry it into their lives too. And we are inspiring not just ourselves to live well, but we're also inspiring the next generation to live well too.
I love that. And people can hear more from you because you teach yoga and you have books. Can you talk a little bit about that and what people can take away from all of those things that you offer?
Absolutely. I am the author of two award-winning books, 108 Yoga and Self-Care Practices for Busy Mamas, and How to Stay Calm in Chaos, an Everyday Self-Care Guide. 108 Yoga and Self-Care Practices for Busy Mamas was published before the pandemic, and it really provides 108 practices, from yoga practices to mantras to journaling prompts and more, to really help folks practice self-care every day in small ways. This isn't revamping your life. This isn't completely, creating 3 hours to practice self-care. These are little small changes that you can really do to, when they accumulate, they make this big, profound impact in your life. And How to Stay Calm in Chaos, an Everyday Self-Care Guide was written during the pandemic, when back when my kids were virtual and on their computers, just like many of us have known that experience. And it's really during that time trying to help others stay calm in chaos. And these are one intention per day practices that you can do to really live well throughout the week. And you can come back to those practices every week throughout the year. Also, I've been teaching yoga since 2011. And I offer yoga classes at the Bloomingdale Park District on Monday and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. The yoga classes are offered both virtually and in person. And there are times when busy people could typically take them, 7 p.m. In addition to the yoga classes and my books, I also have a website, juliegtheyogi.com, which includes tons of free content. I blog every week. I post new self-care tips every week to really add spark and sparkle to your self-care practices. I also have a YouTube channel, Stand Up for Your Self-Care YouTube channel, and you could subscribe to that to get more mantras from me, more self-care tips and beyond. And I also have a monthly newsletter called the Nourish Note, because it's just a constant reminder to nourish ourselves throughout all seasons of the year, throughout all seasons of our lives. And I'd love to hear from you on Instagram and Facebook. I'm at Julie G. The Yogi.